What up, what up, what up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the show. Look, I wanted to come here and talk about Tyree Nichols again. They are saying there's a sixth person in this thing with the other officers that they didn't expose on TV. They didn't show his face until now. And now they're trying to fire him because, from my understanding, this officer, let me get his name. Let me make sure I pronounce it properly. But it's Officer Henfield. He's a white officer, and they did not expose him like they exposed all the other 5 officers, which I'm not understanding why. So it was a horrible thing. You guys already know the backdrop of the story and the video that's floating around with the 6 police officer that is beating Tyree. But in this particular video, they showed the white officer tasering Tyree, but they never included him as part of the 5. We're going to call them the Cabo 6-2. Y'all out here murdering people and y'all authority figures and out here taking innocent people lives because you in a scorpion police gang. That is nothing but a gang unit. They just like these niggas on the streets. They killing people like crazy. They beating them and they brutalizing them. And these are not the only people that they're doing. Till now they came to a point where they have closed and shut down the scorpion unit that they have for these particular gentlemen officer work in. I won't even call them gentlemen. They some gang members. Them niggas are some street niggas for real. They ain't no real. Nah, these niggas gang members. They ain't no goddamn police officer. They just got the badges and uniform on. But they doing just as bad as these people out on the streets doing. You might as well go kill innocent person. If that's what you're going to do and not even get charged for it. If that's the case, if y'all can doing it, y'all think other people don't think they can do it? That's so stupid. And it just doesn't make sense to take this innocent young man's life as so young. And he's a native from Sacramento. I'm from Sacramento. A lot of his family is from here, from Natomas. And, everybody taking this thing hard. But my thing is, we come to talk about why they did not put this man's face on TV and plaster his name around like they did all the other officers. So this is something to think about. I'm still getting more details about what happened with this officer that they have that's supposed to be a new officer that is that they're trying to fire right now, that wasn't exposed in the beginning like the other officer were. So I'm just trying to figure out what prompted them to do this. Hold on, y'all. I'm just looking up this article real quick so I can see what they got going on and what they saying about him. They said this white cop wanted the colleagues to stomp Tyrese. Now they have suspended him. Now, my thing, why are they suspending him? Because he should be considered as accessory, right? If I was there with somebody killing somebody and we did this all together and I'm telling them what to do, I'm part of it as well. Isn't he one of the bystanders? And then he tasered a man. So isn't he one of the people that took part in this killing? Because he could have tased him so hard, maybe that caused the death. And so I go to say that, why didn't y'all put his name and his ass on Front Street from the beginning? Okay, we know these black officers did it. And that's the thing. That's why these officers so stupid. We know y'all did the shit, but y'all ain't even, they not exposing the white officer that did it, which is crazy. And now they say there's a 7th officer that's been relieved of the duties. I am flabbergasted. I guess they're still investigating. Someone put out a statement that there's a 7th officer that will be facing the Department of Criminal Charges. The officer also confirmed that there's a sixth officer, Preston. His name is Preston Henfield, that had been relieved of his duties. So they fired his ass. But why they're not going to be prosecuted? They all need to be prosecuted for this. And they say Officer Preston Henfield and other officer actions and inactions have been continued to be a part of investigation since the inception. So they continue to investigate these people. They didn't accuse them in the beginning, but they investigated. You investigated enough to know that they took part in this as well. They said the statement added that numerous impending charges are developing. It isn't clear which officer may be charged. We expect the next phase of a personal action in the coming days, of the department said in the statement. Henfield attorney Lee Gerald confirmed Monday his client was at the scene of the traffic stop and had activated his body camera. Video one of his body cam footage, Gerald said in a statement. He said that the officer was never present at the scene where 5 officers who have been charged with the second-degree murder, other crimes, were seen beating Nichols. So they said he said the officer was never presented at the scene where the 5 officers who have been charged with second-degree murder and other crimes were seen beating Nichols. Henfield action and involvement has been under investigation as a participant in an initial traffic stop and used a taser. I told y'all, the department said in his statement on Monday. So he did use a taser on this man. He used a taser on this man. And so why wouldn't he be charged and prosecuted just like the rest of these people? I'm not understanding. See, they be trying to cover up for the white officers and stuff. And so they didn't want to expose their ass at first. But why y'all gonna expose the other 5 and don't expose the other 2? And I wonder, is the other guy, besides the other 5 black guys, are the other 2 white? So I'm just trying to figure out. Why they didn't put their ass on Front Street. Why all of a sudden, after all this investigation, y'all didn't know that they was there the first night. Said the 5 other officers, Terrence Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mill Jr., and Justin Smith, were fired January 20th after the administrative investigation found they had violated department policy about the use of force. They were hired in 2017 to 2020. Those 5 former officers were charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of official misconduct, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, 1 count of official oppression, 1 count of aggravated assault, prosecutors announced last week. Asked why the police department didn't announce disciplinary action against Henfield the day it announced the fringe of 5 other officers. A police spokesman said the other 5 officer names were announced when they were charged. The department then subsequently charged criminally. Officer Henfield has not received a department or criminal charges. As we have advised, the investigation is ongoing. The Officer Henfield name came out after it was heard in the video from Tyler Nichols' scene that was released Friday evening. We are simply confirming that he is relieved of duty. So they'd have relieved his ass of his duty too. He should have been relieved. He should be prosecuted too. He should not be prosecuted as well as the other black ones. If the black man did it, the white man need to get it too. If a black man did the crime and y'all all did this together, all y'all ass need to pay. Not just one person don't be and then y'all don't even fail to acknowledge this man. They trying to act like they didn't find out about his ass until later. But I think not. I beg to differ. I believe they knew all the time. It said the news today from Memphis official that Officer Preston Henfield was reportedly relieved of duty weeks ago, but not yet terminated or charged, which is extremely disappointing. Why his identity and his role he played in Tyler's death just now coming light, he asks. Like, why the hell? I want to know the same thing. Why all of a sudden now? Why y'all done been tell us that this man was part of this beating? When y'all know his ass had his body camera on, he the one tased the man. They got his whole hand in there where he lighting his ass up with the taser. I won't even watch the video. I haven't watched the video because I do not like stuff like that. It will eat me alive. It will be in my spirit for days, months, and Sundays. I can't see that type of stuff. I don't like to watch people fights. I don't like none of that crap. All of that stuff irritate my spirit. In order for me to maintain my sanity and keep my mind from floating about why and what y'all doing and why you did it, because there ain't no reason and ain't no answer to why. They just some evil, vindictive, demon-fied ass people. I won't watch it. They said we have asked in the beginning that the Memphis Police Department be transparent with family and the community. So they haven't been transparent because they hid that. So the news seemed to indicate that they haven't risen to the occasion. It certainly begs the question why the white officer involved in the brutal attack was shielded and protected from the public eye and to date from sufficient discipline accountability. The Memphis Police Department owes us all an answer, and I agree. Shelby County District Attorney Steve Morrow's office said Monday the authorities worked extraordinarily swift but thoroughly to charge those whose offense were plain and clear and directly contributed to the death of Mr. Nichols. But the investigation is far from over. So they got a lot more investigating to do because somebody ain't telling the truth. And they know it's more to it. I bet you they was there the whole time. I can guarantee you he was there the whole time. The current charges do not preclude us from adding additional charges as more information is presented. We are looking at all individuals involved in the event leading up to, during, and after the beating of Tyree Nichols. This includes the officer present at the initial encounter who has not so far been charged, Memphis Fire Department personnel and person who participated in preparing documentation of incident afterwards, Merriweather office said in a statement. So the fire department is in it too. At least one city official said that the discipline against Hempfield does not go far enough. For the record, relieving someone of duty is not firing them. City Council Vice Chairman J.B. Smiley Jr. tweeted, ending the post with Fire Preston Henfield and Justice for Tyree. The representative with the union representing rank and file officer of the Memphis Police Association couldn't be reached for comments. Nichols, 29, a black man who was an amateur photographer and a skateboarder, was hospitalized in critical condition and died 3 days after the traffic stop. It's just like, it's crazy. It's a lot of covering up. So yeah, he passed away 3 days after the traffic stop. And also, I just learned today that there are 3 firemen, which is a lady and 2 firemen that came to the rescue for Tyree while he was laying there being when they pepper sprayed him. They never got out the fire truck. They are in trouble and they are fired. So it's just a bunch of people that didn't give a fuck about this man. It was so many people involved that could have helped this man that they chose not to. How the hell are you supposed to work for the fire department? You had nothing to do with the police beating. You had nothing to do with what they were doing. Your job was just to come and make sure this man was in health and he was okay. And you couldn't do that. They said these 3 people sat in the car, sat in the truck, and never got out and responded to this man. Now that was a shame. This whole investigation, this whole case is a mess. And I hope everybody involved pay for it some kind of way. And you know what? They're going to pay for it some kind of way, whether it is with going to jail, not being able to get a job anymore. But most importantly, whatever it is, it's going to be something that they can't prevent, and it may not be nothing pertaining to them dying or anything like that, but it's going to hit so hard, all they're going to remember is Tyree. The only thing they're going to be able to think about first is how they treated that young man. when all these problems occur. So you know what? It's always a plan. It's always you reap what you sow. Whatever you put out in the universe and in this world and before everybody, you receive it back. So no matter what the outcome comes, you guys are all gonna pay. Because God always justify what He says. Whatever you do, you're gonna get it back. So this is a tragic and a sad. I'm not gonna read any more of this article. You guys let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and your comments. Do y'all think that that they were trying to cover up this Preston Henfield and this other seventh person, which they haven't named this person yet, the seventh person that's involved, and plus the 3 fire department people? So they just decided to leave them out of the big ass announcement. Anybody that was there should be notified. Anybody that played a part in not helping this young man should have been plastered on the news. Please leave your thoughts and your comments. Let me know what y'all think. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for future videos. And yeah, we're gonna keep up with this story and continue to see what goes on. And we just gonna pray for Tyree and his family. Like I said, his Tyree family. Rest in peace to Tyree Nichols. Such a young man that had to go so soon, and my condolences to him and his family. We're going to continue to pray. On that note, you guys have a blessed, wonderful day, and pray over your family. I'm out.